I accidentally got mistaken for a getaway driver. I never thought a normal night out could spiral into something straight out of a movie, but that's exactly what happened to me. I accidentally became a getaway driver. It all started on a Friday night. My friend James hit me up, saying he and a couple people were heading to a house party across town. I didn't really feel like going out, but I had nothing else to do, so I agreed to drive. I told him straight up he couldn't get drunk in my car, and he swore he wouldn't. We picked up his cousin and another guy I barely knew, and headed toward the party. The drive. There was normal. We were joking around, playing music, talking about stupid stuff. And honestly, it felt like a chill night when we got to the party. Everyone immediately split off. James went inside with his cousin, and I hung around for a bit, talking to a few people. I didn't stay long because I don't like crowded parties, and I wanted to just head home. About an hour later, I texted James that I was outside waiting. He responded, yeah, we're coming. But took forever. Finally, around midnight, he and the other two came back to the car. They jumped in looking way too excited and out of breath. I remember joking like, "Why y'all acting like you just robbed somebody?" They didn't say a word. They just told me to drive. The tone in their voice was different than before. It was sharp, almost panicked. I asked what was going on, but no one answered. Just drive, drive, drive. I pulled out of the driveway and got back onto the main road, still confused. That's when I heard sirens behind us. I glanced in the rearview mirror and saw police lights flashing down the street getting closer. My stomach dropped. That's when James finally said, "Don't stop, whatever you do." Don't stop. I froze. I didn't even know what they had done. But the cops were already following me. I was either gonna pull over and be involved anyway, or try to escape. Instinct took over. I slammed the gas and the old Honda roared, louder than it ever had before. My heart was racing. I took a sharp turn down a side street, tires screeching. The other guys in the car were shouting directions, left, right, go straight, faster. My hands were shaking, but I kept driving. We hit block after block, running through red lights, cutting through alleys. I could hear the police right behind us. At one point, I nearly crashed into a dumpster cutting a corner too tight. I remember thinking I couldn't believe this was happening me. The quiet kid who hated even getting detention was now a full-on getaway driver. Finally, after what felt like forever, we managed to lose the cops by cutting through a construction site. My car barely made it over the dirt and gravel, but somehow we got out onto another street with no sirens in sight. Everyone in the car started cheering except me. I was still shaking. I demanded to know what the hell they had done. That's when James pulled a backpack from under his hoodie. He unzipped it and I saw stacks of cash and jewelry glittering in the dim streetlight. My heart sank. They had robbed the house party. I completely lost it. On them yelling that they had just dragged me into a felony without telling me, I kept driving toward my apartment because I just wanted them out of my car. The whole way, they kept laughing, talking about splitting the money and planning what they'd do next. With it, I wanted no part of it. When we pulled up outside my place, I told them to get out and take everything with them. James tried to hand me some of the cash as a cut, but I refused. I told him if he ever tried to involve me again, I'd go straight to the police. They finally got out, and I sat there in silence for like 10 minutes, just staring at my hands on the steering wheel. The next morning, I found out the cops were looking for a getaway car, matching the description of mine. My heart dropped all over again. I spent the whole day washing and cleaning my car, paranoid that there might be fingerprints or something that could tie me to the crime. To this day, I don't know if they ever got caught, but I cut James off, completely blocked his number, and haven't talked to him since. The worst part is every time I hear a siren. Now my chest gets tight and I feel like I'm back in that moment speeding through the streets. Not knowing if I was about to crash or get arrested, I never wanted to be a criminal. But for about 20 terrifying minutes, I was a real-life getaway driver by accident. and it changed the way I look at friends forever.